Our first focus is on breaking news that's coming in. This is the United States forces continuing to hunt Iranian warships. As we were just telling you a little while back, there's already one Iranian ship that's been downed. It's a submarine that was downed in the Indian Ocean. There are other ships that have also been targeted by the United States. Iranian ships, that is. The US now has come out to report sank Iranian Soleimani-class warships. Stunning images of the United States hit on Iranian ships that we are bringing to you on our very screens at this very given point of time. This is what we are given to see. This US military sinking two Iranian warships. The submarine sank the IRGC in the Indian Ocean, a frigate. The Soleimani-class Corvette was sunk in the Strait of Hormuz near Iranian shores, according to US officials. Now, there was confusion about which Iranian ship Hegseth said was referring to at the briefing. After announcing the US submarine strike, he spoke about the US sinking the Soleimani, but it was sunk in a separate incident last night, not by the US submarine. These are two separate, isolated incidents that we're referring to, and that has been clarified by the United States at this point of time. Here is a background on the Soleimani. Before we get into the details of this very attack, the Iranians built 4 of these Corvette-class missile ships in 2022. They were named Shahid Soleimani or Martyr Soleimani after General Qasim Soleimani, who was the head of the IRGC Quds Force, who during President Trump's first term was in fact killed by a US strike that President Trump had ordered on his convoy in Baghdad. Now, we have Rohit Sharma joining us on the broadcast with more details on these very developments taking place. Rohit, a very good morning to you. Let's understand this is yet again another ship that's been sunk by the United States forces. But what this also implies, a broader implication from these attacks, would you say that the Iranian side is slowly, in fact, getting weakened with such attacks coming in? There's F-35s, there is F-35s downing Iranian jets. There is now their naval power that's being struck at by the United States. Where does Iran stand then?
I think, good morning to you, Shreya. Yes, Iran is definitely boxed. It's looking as if they're losing this in this war. We've seen the amount of images that have come, the videos that have come out, the sheer aggression by the U.S., not even sparing anything that comes to their side, including the IRGC, which was in the Indian Ocean. So I think it does tell you a story, and I think that is something that even Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said in his press conference yesterday. That the next wave, will be more lethal in a lot of terms. So they're going to be owning up the skies, is what he has said. Even they want to meet President Trump's objective of making sure there's no infrastructure left in Iran, destroying the Navy. And I think the U.S. is charging ahead with Israel to dismantle what the previous U.S. presidents have called the axis of evil that has Iran at its center. So very, very, I should say, damning images coming from the war scene. And I don't think the United States has any plans to stop until all the objectives are met.
What still remains to be worrying from the Iranian side, and that's a conversation we were having yesterday, if the U.S. continues with its escalated attacks, that the possibility of Iran coming in with its lethal weapon, that is what we were referring to as the dirty bomb, because if escalations continue at this given point of time and Iran gets pushed to a stage where they have probably, or at least that's the logic they cite, that they don't have any other means but to use or rather produce and use a nuclear weapon. If the escalations do not stop in the next coming days, there is a huge possibility of that happening.
You're right. One of the things that was mentioned by the U.S. administration is, this operation might leave Iran no choice but to expose all those weapons that they have been accused of having, including those ICBMs. And again, the suspicion was that they already have a nuclear weapon, which I don't think they do. But there was always a suspicion on that part. The other thing to know is, Shreya, is the fact that there have been, we were talking about back channels too, We've been told that the Iranians have been trying to make some kind of, conversation going with the United States right now, but we have no details to add. But the Iranians have reached out to the U.S., and we, again, haven't been told or shared anything on that. But looks like the Iranians are making an attempt to at least have or start the conversation to find an off-ramp in this ongoing war. But I think, as Secretary Pete Hegseth said yesterday in his press briefing, that there will be new waves of attack, and there are certain objectives that still haven't been met, which we all obviously know that the United States want to ensure that any successive regime in Iran should not be able to produce or manufacture those missiles, should not look for enriching uranium, and then making sure that it's a friendly regime to the United States. Shreya.
It's almost attack till you obliterate the enemy. That's what seems to be the motto at this given point of time when we look at the United States and them launching their operations, striking the air power, the naval forces, all of it. And of course, targets in Iran as well. And that's what we're looking at. Rohit, thank you for putting it into perspective for us.